I'm gonna review the ZEZE MILLZ interview with Glizz, the interview that everybody was hating and bashing on, and at the same time secretly waiting to see. If you don't know who Glizz is, he is a UK artist, and basically some old tweets resurfaced which were very derogative towards black women and very disgraceful towards black women. And also he kind of went viral because he did a rap in Yoruba.
Check me. Somebody told you I savage, you don't speak a language, but I learn Yoruba if I have to. I'm getting below my pussy, that pussy man, fuck you ever had you. We got hay fever for snitching, my eyes start to itch, we soon coming at you. Didn't wanna go all, but I had to. 1,000,000 packs got sealed with a vacuum.
What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Do like, comment and subscribe, and let's dive right in. I'm now going to read some of the tweets that he made because they are very disgusting. Basically he just went for black women. I can't even read out these tweets. He then says, "This is why I am reluctant to marry a black girl. This girl is so black. Lol." These are just constant tweets that he was doing, and this was between 2012 2013, so he would have been roughly about 16 17. He then went ahead and did an interview with ZEZE MILLZ yesterday, and obviously, you know, a lot was discussed. So I watched the interview from beginning to end. During the interview, ZEZE definitely looked like she was ready. She wasn't gonna play about. You know, normally during her interviews she is quite playful. You know, she's very relaxed. You know, she tries to give all of her guests, you know, like the benefit of the doubt. So she will ask direct questions, and then she will ask indirect questions just to like open up the flow a little bit. I did find her to be like very like sharp, very stern. Like, I didn't come to play, I'm giving you the platform to explain yourself. However, as a black woman, you're gonna need to explain yourself. We've heard the stories, you know, we don't want to hear the stories. We want to hear what made you think it's okay for you to say what you said. So I really like that about the interview. I really like the way that she presented the interview. I mean, my guy was sipping a lot of water because his throat was getting dry. She asked him about, you know, what was the reasons why you felt like it was okay for you to put out these tweets. And I like the fact that he didn't use the age thing, because one thing that I have had enough is all of these tweets that have come out, people have been like, oh, I was young, you know, I didn't know any better, or it was like this. It's like, no. Okay, don't be using your age, because at 16, at 17, you're not dumb, you're not stupid. At 16, 17, you'll be doing things that you shouldn't even be doing, but you doing them. And then it's later on when you get caught, you want to be like, oh, I was the innocent one, or oh, I was the child. So I'm glad that he didn't use his age, and he kind of just explained that the fact that, you know, this was what was around him, you know, so he kind of he wanted to fit in, and he wanted to be popular. He was basically doing it for the clout. So I like the fact that he was very truthful about that. What's worrying though is that he you know, he made it very clear that he was like, I was basically raised in a Nigerian home. From my understanding, you know, when you're young, you're basically living with your friends like all the time. I used to do it. I know a lot of people that do it. He was always around black people. Now, what's very worrying and what's a bigger issue is the fact that all of the friends that you were around were black. So you obviously jumped on the bandwagon, and you jumped on the trend that they were creating. So it's like, why is it okay for black men to feel like it's okay to speak like that against black women? Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. That's another topic that we need to discuss for another day. Let me not digress, let me just stay focused. But yeah, so that was what kind of fueled his engagement with this trash. Now, another thing that I liked about the interview, I like how direct she is. For the most part of the interview, you can see that she's sitting forward.
her hands are crossed. She seems quite on edge. Normally she's like sitting back on her chair, she's quite relaxed, and she's always cracking a smile or making a joke. Her eyes are normally like a lot more friendly, but this time, she barely smiled. I don't even think she smiled once. I think she tried to near the end. Even here, like her palms are quite closed, and her hand gestures are just really like stern, and yeah, she didn't come to play. You can definitely see that she felt some type of way, and it kind of looks like she's just sitting at the edge of her seat, like she's ready for this interview to be done.
I kind of felt like she was a bit over it quite quickly. I don't know if it was just me that got that vibe, but I kind of got the vibe that she was just kind of done and over the interview. We addressed the tweets, we addressed the fact that you are privileged. You basically have black friends who rap, who are probably good or better than you, but because of your white privilege you will get signed. Even though he was saying that labels have gone quiet on him, you will get signed just because of that, just because of your privilege. People will see that yes, they can market so much off you because you're a white guy who spit bars and who even spits in Yoruba. So bruv, even that all together, that's madness. Because even he said it, like, if my friend did the exact same thing, you will not get as much clout as he did, which is just straight fact. We agreed on the fact that what you did was complete trash. I'm over the interview, and I kind of felt like she got a bit repetitive with the questions at one point, and she kind of didn't really know where to go with it. And I just kind of feel like that's because within herself she was like, okay, do you know what, I've done the interview now, you're gonna get away with it. We keep going for the same thing. I'm just over sitting down with people and saying, yeah, I'm sorry, but nothing's really gonna happen. That's kind of the vibe that I got. She did ask him if he's got a girlfriend. He's got a black girlfriend, and Bob's your uncle. It is what it is. I don't know, like, I kind of felt like with this interview, it was just like, it was great to sit down with him to hear his side of the story, but at the same time, like he said, he doesn't really have a major platform. So when she was asking him, because he came out with a statement, let's read his statement. So he said, some years ago I tweeted some disgusting things. It definitely was disgusting. No excuses. It was hurtful, ignorant and unacceptable. It doesn't you do need to repent. It doesn't represent who I am as a person today or what I stand for in the slightest, but I know that doesn't matter. I have to be held accountable for what I say. Looking at those tweets now, I can see I was way too comfortable joining in on the jokes which I had no place to make, especially as a white person, regardless of who or what colour my friends were. Black culture, black music and black people have shaped who I am today, and I'm fully aware of how damaging those kind of comments and jokes were and still are. I got way too comfortable. I am so sorry for not only disrespecting the people and the culture that I have grown up in and love so much, but also for offending and disappointing my friends, family and anyone who has supported me so far. This has been a huge lesson for me, and I can only apologize, learn more and continue to be support of black culture, black people and most importantly black women. Once again, I am sorry. First of all, can I just say, yeah, it seems like, because I feel like I have heard this before,
I owe my life to black people and to black culture, from my career to the music I make to my very being, who I am as a person. I was the only white person in my friendship group growing up.
Black culture, black music and black people have shaped who I am today. Isn't that what Talisa said the other day? And then you say, but I just need to learn more. It's like, they then went to talk about if he feels like he's a sellout, and who is he basically, and he said, this is who I am. And she was like, yeah, but you're half Irish and you're half Dutch, I believe. So why don't you sing in, you know, why don't you rap in Dutch, you know, why rap in Yoruba, you're not Yoruba. And I kind of got where he was coming from, because, you know, if you grew, like, a lot of people thought I used to be Jamaican because I had a lot of Jamaicans around me, or I know a lot of people that get Nigerianized. Okay, when you hang around a lot of Nigerians, you become Nigerianized, and I get that. You know, I get that if you are brought up and you are raised and you're practically around this particular type of culture, then that's kind of who you become. It's all you know. So even speaking or rapping in Yoruba, like, personally for me, like, I don't have a problem with it. I feel like we need to break down these walls and these barriers. If we all want to fight for equality, we can't pick and choose where we want the equality to be. We can't be like, oh, we want to be seen all the same, but we want to keep our culture. Like, you're a white person, so you can't dance the way I dance, or you can't spit the way I spit, or you can't say this, or you can't take from my culture. Like, we need to break down the barriers, and I feel like black people can be very defensive, and I get why, so I'm not taking away from that. But when it came to that aspect of things that he was explaining, I get it. But I do have a problem with when white people feel like black culture, black people, black this, and black women and black people have, you know, been my foundation, but then you bash it. And then when black doesn't suit you, then you turn on them, and then you put on your white supremacists. I don't get that. Like, it's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. I'm gonna end the video here, but what I will say ending this video is I am sick and tired of people saying, like, these people's tweets coming out, and then they come out with some poxy apology, like it's okay, and then they want to include in their apology, I respect black culture and black people, you know, they made me who I am today. It's like, yes, that's because we pop, we bang, okay? Our culture, our music, our people, our countries. You love to go to our holiday destinations, you love to take on our music, you love to take on our food, you love to eat our food, you love it, you fetish over our ebony queens, but you only want to take in of what is glorified, but you don't want to partake in the suffering part of it. When ZEZE asked him, you know, how are you going to do that then? How are you going to support? Then he started to make it about him, you know. And it's like, I liked how she came for him and was just like, well, all you've done basically is just talk about your come up. That doesn't help me as a black woman. And she was like, you know what? Your first 10 bags that you make, why don't you donate it to some kind of black business? Don't just say things, actually act on it, you know. Act on what you're going to do. All in all, I thought the interview was okay. Boy, it's jarring, it's tiring, and to be quite honest, it's like, yeah, you're gonna still go about your business, but yet the issue is still unresolved, because us black women are still going through the same thing from black men and white men. So here you go, Bob's your uncle, now what? Let me know what your thoughts are anyway, guys. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, bye bye.